Good day and welcome back to ClubManager. Today we will be working through the journal. The journal can be found on a member profile, so the first step is to go to the member which we are going to be working on. We can use the fast find feature, which will take us directly to the member's profile. Alright, when adding a journal entry, you've got two options. You can add a journal entry from this section over here by clicking on the magnifying glass, or you can go to the navigation on the left-hand side of the screen and select Journal. The journal is basically a history of everything that has happened with this member. So any actions that are done on the member profile will be stored automatically by the system, and then we can add tasks and reminders onto the journal as well for various staff members or for yourself. As you can see, we've got one action which was a printed welcome letter. This was system generated and this work was completed by Brett. Next we had a member message saying that the member had left their Walkman, and this was created by another staff member. And after that we sent out an email which was the seasonal promotion. Alright, so we've got three options when we are working on the journal. We can send an SMS, we can send an email. The send email button will only appear if there is an email address that is loaded onto the member's profile. And then firstly we can add a journal entry. Today we're going to add a few journal entries to show you what they look like. Alright, so the first thing you're going to notice is that there is a type. We have 5 types of journal entries on ClubManager. A task would be something that needs to be done by maybe another staff member, or you need to follow up with this person and call them again. An appointment would be that you have scheduled for this member to come into the gym and see you, and that could be for a sales appointment or for a payment arrangement, or perhaps they are coming in to drop off their ID. A member message is a message that will appear on the sign-in screen when the member enters the gym. How this works: you add a member message, and when the member comes to the gym and swipes their card or loads their fingerprint, the message will appear on the sign-in screen and the receptionist can relay the information to the member. Achievement would be if the member has done something notable, such as upgrading their belt if they are on a karate team, or perhaps losing a lot of weight if they followed a weight loss program. And next would be a note. A note would be a piece of information that can be added to the member profile almost as a memo, just a piece of information that other users can read. So we'll start off with a task. The first thing we have here is a title. Today we're going to add a follow-up. And then the comment will be the action that's required. So please call this member to find out when they can bring in their banking details. We can set a due date. So say we want that to happen tomorrow, and we can set a time. So 11 o'clock tomorrow, we would like Tara to call this member. We can go ahead and save that. Now a task has its own icon, and this is the icon, this little man over here that appears for a task. We can see that the title appears over here, our reminder date, and then the action that we've requested. Next we're going to add an appointment. So the appointment is that the member is coming in and they are going to make a payment arrangement. So let's call it payment arrangement. This member has defaulted on their membership and will come in to set up a payment arrangement to catch up the arrears. They will be coming in, for example, next week Monday, and we do want to send them an SMS reminder of their appointment, and let's say that their appointment is at 1 o'clock. This is assigned to Tara, and we can go ahead and save that. As you can see, this icon is different. It is a running man with an arrow, and that is an indicator that it is an appointment. Next, we will add a member message. So the member message is reminder about ID. Please ask the member if we can take a copy of his ID. So you can have this permanently public, which means it will show every time the member enters the gym, or you can have it showing only once. So for this example, we'll do it only once, and we can go ahead and save that. And that is the icon, the apostrophes, that is the icon that is for a member message. The next one we're going to add is an achievement. So we will go and select type and achievement. And you can see here there's no date and time. It's not assigned to anybody. It's just a piece of information. And we can say one spinathon. This member won the spinathon. Congratulations. So now we've got some information on this member. And the last thing we want to do is add a journal entry and say it's going to be a note. Again, you can see that there's no date or time, so it's just a piece of information such as a memo. And let's say that perhaps the member came in to say he was really happy with the cleanliness of the gym, or he could have made a positive comment, or perhaps he said that the showers needed to be cleaned. So we can just add in a title saying compliment. Alright, and we can go ahead and save that. Again, we've got our own unique icon. So achievement has a medal, and then note looks like a little memo. So as you can see, we've built up quite a bit of information. We've got a follow-up task, we've got an appointment, we have a member message, an achievement, and a compliment. What this does is it just builds up a history of all communication that's taken place with the member, and it can be a very powerful tool for future communication. So where do we get reminders for the tasks? Firstly, we'll get reminders on the Today screen. Any tasks that are due for today will appear on the Today screen. We have one that is incomplete, so this task has not been completed yet, and we can either select it from here, and then we can go work directly on the member profile. Call the member, they're asked to call back later as they're at work. Alternatively, we can use the sales agenda. So if we click on agenda, we can select the staff member, and we can see I have one incomplete task, calling this member. So let's say I'm going to call the member now and we make an appointment. So I'm going to complete the task and I can create a new task. So let's say I called the member and they're coming in for a sales app next week. I set the date. Let's say this member is coming in on Monday and the time is going to be 9 o'clock. We do want to send an SMS reminder, and this is assigned to myself. I can go ahead and save that. Now you can see that incomplete task has moved forward and it appears as a sales app with the green running icon. And then above we've got the follow-up that we just created, which was call the member to find out if they can bring in their banking details. So now I'm going to call this member and he's agreed that he will email his banking details. So the task is now complete and no further action is required because he's going to email me his details. So I can go ahead and close that off. I've done that work. And now we're just left with 2 sales apps. So let's say, for example, I've called Dave to come in for his payment arrangement, and he has said that he is not available today. Can he please postpone? I can go ahead and click on the postpone button and say work commitments. Perhaps he will come in on Tuesday. And let's say that the time he will come in is in his lunch break at 1 o'clock. Now you can see that from postponing that, it has created an orange exclamation icon there, and that is what shows you how many times it's been postponed, and we can see in the bottom corner here it says postponed once. I can also use these quick links to jump to the member's details, so I can jump to edit, details, journal, photo, or payments. And that is a wrap on the sales journal. I'm going to go back to Dave Dalton's profile and show you what a closed off task looks like. So we can jump to his profile by clicking on his name. And we can go and have a look at all the work that we've completed. So my task that I created to call for the banking details now has a green tick on it, which means that it's been completed by me. And the system has also logged that completed task over here. And then we've also postponed the payment arrangement. So the system has automatically generated these 2 items in the journal. So anytime that you want to work on a member, you can go ahead and look in the member journal and find out everything you need to know, all the communication that's taken place. And this can be a very powerful feature, especially if you are following the sales protocol. Thank you.